Welcome to Flashpoint Friday, a weekly series where I select one game at random from Flashpoint's archives and give it a try. And maybe, just maybe, the game might actually be good. Hello everyone, welcome back to Flashpoint Friday. And this should be interesting. We have, I believe, the first Pico-8 game on the series. We have Pico Sonic. Now, for those who may not be familiar with the Pico-8, it's often referred to as a fantasy console. It's essentially a game engine that mimics the old 8-bit consoles from the 1980s with a lot of the same restrictions and limitations. But it's very easy to program and edit on, apparently. I haven't attempted it myself, but I've heard that it's quite easy to design your own little 8-bit games here. And that's kind of its main appeal, because people are working within these strict limitations, and I'm a firm believer in limitation can breed innovation and that sort of thing, and that people can be quite creative sometimes, given what they have to work with the limitations. Who knows? I might make a nostril soapbox video on that at some point, but let's see. Let's go back to the title. Let's just go ahead and play this, shall we? Let's go ahead. Yes, that's all well and good. Let's get back to the title screen. Okay, let's go ahead and hit start. Oops, there we go. Oh, we got a cutscene to start with, I think. We got... presumably those are the Chaos Emeralds. I don't really know my Sonic lore. I'm not much of a Sonic the Hedgehog fan, truth be told. Not to say that I don't necessarily dislike, or that's not to say that I dislike Sonic necessarily. It's just that growing up, I didn't really play Sonic very much. I didn't really play much Sega games in general. And that's not because I hated Sega or anything like that. It's just that most of my friends had Nintendo consoles, so that's what I was comfortable playing with. But I have played a couple of Sonic games in the past. I did really like Sonic Mania when that came out. I did play a fair amount of that, so... But apparently this is like... This is almost like a demake, I think, of Sonic the Hedgehog 3, I think, according to the author's description, at least, so... It looks like they've got... Looks like they got the spin dash, so you can jump and dash around and do all sorts of fast-paced Sonic-y things. The physics seems to be pretty on point, too. Sonic usually starts slow, but you get momentum going, and he gets pretty fast after a while, so... Let's see. Are these breakable? No. So let's see what we're in for here. Now, according to the author, this was made with kind of an edited version of Pico-8 that gets rid of some of the, like, object limits, I think, and things like that, so I'm not sure if you would be able to get this running on, like, a standard Pico-8 hardware. They had to do some technical wizardry, I think, to get this to run, but it's still pretty interesting what they managed to come up with here. Through. Goal. Nice. They've even got the little 8-bit version of some classic Sonic jingles in here, so got 1 emerald. Yeah, I wasn't really looking much for them. I should probably have tried a little harder to find some of them. We've got Eggman here, I think, taunting us by showing the other emeralds that we didn't get, but let's go ahead and retry and keep the emeralds. So there's an element of exploration as well with this. I will say maybe one improvement over some of the mainline Sonic games is that once you start building up speed here, you'll notice how the screen kind of shifts a bit to where it put Sonic over to one side of the screen, so that way there's more screen real estate, so you have an easier time seeing what's ahead of you. I know that was kind of a complaint people have with the classic Sonic games. The Sonic stays square in the middle of the screen, and you have less time to react to things that are coming at you at high speeds. So that's kind of a nice touch. But yeah, like I said before, you'll have to forgive me if I don't play this very well, because like I said before, I didn't really play much Sonic growing up. I was always more of a Mario or Donkey Kong Country style platformer player, you know. But for what this is, I mean, for someone who's not a Sonic fan, even I can tell that this is pretty neat. Now it is just the one level, so replay value is limited, but what you've got here is a pretty good start at the very least. And if you're the completionist type who wants to get all the Chaos Emeralds and such, depending on how well they're hidden and such, you can probably get a decent amount of game time out of this, so... Anyway, I think maybe I won't belabor the point too much. Let's see, what happens if I go down here? Hey, there we go, I found another emerald, so... I wonder what happens if I go back this way. They got the classic loop-de-loops from the classic Sonic platformers. I got another emerald. Okay. Well, I think I'll just go ahead and just quickly get to the end of the level again. If you feel so inclined, you can find the emeralds on your own time playing this. Because, yeah, I would say this is worth a play. There we go. Yeah, we did better that time. We got 2 more emeralds. Yeah, and see, now Eggman's got fewer emeralds that he's juggling back and forth. But let's go back to the title. I do like that, the parody of the Sega intro. So that's Pico Sonic. It's admittedly pretty darn short. It's only one stage, but it seemed like a pretty faithful recreation of Sonic in the 8-bit style and such. So obviously fans of Sonic the Hedgehog will probably get a lot out of this, but even if you're not, it's at the very least an intriguing little tech demo showing what the Pico-8 is capable of if you remove some of its restraints, but still adhere to the general overall philosophy. So, yeah, I'd give this a thumbs up. Check it out. So, thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Flashpoint Friday, and take care, everyone.